I think you parked on some impala poo. So he's trying to get the best of that. Hello, boy. What you doing, you naughty thing? It's their birthday. They can do what they want to. And George is just having a blast. Right, good morning, guys. Today is George and Yami's birthday. It's their 9th birthday and I'm going to be taking them out for an enrichment walk. All right, here with George and Yami. Hello, boys. Are you wanting to go walking? Yeah. Hello, big boy. Yum, yum. Oh, whoa, whoa. Very good moods today. Happy. This is for you guys, birthday walk. Happy birthday from everyone around the world. I think everyone is very fond of these two lions and yeah, they hold a special place in many people's hearts. I know they hold a very special place in my heart. Wait, boys. Yummy, just wait. Yummy. There you go, yeah. Guys are making me drunk. Come, Georgie. A lot stronger on that hindquarters than he's been, so very happy about that, because that is George's Achilles heel. We'll talk more about his Achilles heel in a moment. All right, guys, we arrived at the dam. This is their favorite spot. And I'm not gonna keep them waiting. I'm just gonna let them out because they're chomping at the bit to get going and get cracking on their walk. So here goes. Okay, off you go. Ooh, look at that. Nothing like a little bit of poo-poo to begin the walk with, right next to the car. They're not going anywhere. Anyway, this is about them and their birthday, so let them have fun. If they want to roll around in impala poop, that's their prerogative. Happy for them. It's actually just insane. George, he's gone under the car. I mean, what are you guys doing? I think you parked on some impala poo. So he's trying to get the best of that. Hello, boy. What you doing, you naughty thing? Yeah? You crazy? Yum. Let's go. Come, let's go. Oh. Come, George. There's plenty of poop in this enclosure. I promise you. Off you go. And he's going to flop down again. Couldn't have chosen a better spot. All right, there he goes. Hopefully Yame will follow suit. Luckily, these lions are not like Gabby, and actually they're not interested in chewing the tire, but it is a bit of a worry that he might just claw the tire, but hey, it is what it is. It's their birthday. So interesting, their behavior today. So they're actually quite happy to be apart. I suppose that's what happens after 9 years of being together. You need some time apart. These walks are very good in that respect, because when you live in an enclosure or a camp with a certain group, you cannot get away, you know. And lions, especially male lions, they do have this fission kind of fusion dynamic, where the males will come and go from the pride, and even the males will split up and go off on their own ways to just kind of patrol the territory and, you know, be a lion. I suppose as a male, I'm just speaking personally, I can relate to that, because every now and again it's pretty nice to firstly go away with your friends, just get away from the family group and go away with your friends, have a good time with your friends and just reconnect. And then at other times it's really nice to just go away on your own. I'm not sure if you guys get that feeling, but I think you know what I'm talking about, where you kind of just like, you know, want to just leave everything behind and go off and patrol your territory, so to speak, and just be on your own and find yourself and clear your head. And I think that's the beauty about just giving these lions the ability to walk in a bigger area, is they can actually just do what they want. And it's their birthday, they can do what they want to. And George is just having a blast. Look how pretty you look in the backlight, my boy. You really do look pretty. Pretty George. Yeah, it's really important, not only physically, guys, but mentally too. And then obviously there's that component, which is the George's favorite, licking and sniffing and kneading the poo-poo, whilst keeping an eye out for the striped hyena on the other side of the fence. Which is all part of the excitement. Even though they're next door neighbors currently, it's just nicer to see old Duba from a different perspective, I suppose. Okay, so while we are following George from poo stop to poo stop, it's worthwhile just reiterating the life history of George and Yame. For those of you who are new to the channel and don't really know who they are, you'll go back in the history of the channel and you'll see lots of videos about George and Yame, specifically starting with them when they came way back in 2014. Can't believe it. 2014 these guys arrived. Seemed like yesterday. Two terrified cubs. They were terrified. They'd just come from a long flight. They were flown out from Spain. Apparently born in France, smuggled through to Spain and then used as a petting prop at a theme park in Spain, both of them. George fared worse than Yame. George had actually been so badly malnutritioned that he had a metabolic bone condition. I never forget the issues that he had when I was showed the x-rays. The bones were almost translucent. He had hairline fractures all on his bones, on the long bones and on the bones of the spine. So all the bones along the spine here had fractures. And then one of the biggest issues, and you can see the protuberances, that one and that one, he's got very low muscle tone here on the hamstring. And that's due to, this is the Achilles tendon. I know all about that. Snapping that tendon there is not a joke. And that tendon attaches to the calcaneus, and the calcaneus bone on George is actually collapsed. and it's set that way. The reason why it's set that way is that the vets couldn't do any. Hello, big boy. That boy. This lion has become just such a nice cat. I just love him to bits. Yummy, 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 yummy. What a nice animal. From a lion that had some real psycho issues a couple of years back to that. I mean, just so proud of these two, I can't tell you. I'll get back to the calcaneus now, but let them go running a bit. Having fun on their birthday. Yeah, so getting back to George, the calcaneus and the Achilles. So he's adapted very well, but he lacks the ability to jump properly. That's why we're super excited when George has no issues jumping into the back of the van to go walking, because that shows that he's relatively pain-free and that he can use his forequarters to pull himself in and to push himself in, and he can just kind of clamber along with the hindquarters. That, guys, is as a result of bad husbandry, bad welfare. So these two come from horrid conditions, watered down cow's milk, as I said, no diet for a carnivore. And this, unfortunately, is the case with so many captive carnivores around the world. And there's become this massive big cat issue, and I think it's just highlighted by social media, because now it's just really easy to see what's going on with people around the world, because they're posting on these social platforms, and the prevalence of big cats being kept as pets, especially in the Middle East, is alarming. It's not just lions, it's cheetahs, it's tigers, it's pumas, it's you name it. The problem is that when these animals become a burden, which ultimately they do become, and the burden is either, they become dangerous, they become a handful, their personalities change as they hit puberty, or the owner just merely loses interest. It's the novelty wears off, and now these animals are kept in horrid conditions, and it's expensive to look after them properly, the veterinary care, the feeding, the welfare. When the novelty wears off, these lions get discarded, or they just get neglected. And some of the lions are not as fortunate as George and Yame, and this is why I take this opportunity to talk about George and Yame, because they are two very lucky lions in my books. Why is that? Well, they landed up here. So they landed up at a facility that actually really does care about them and take them out for walks and give them good veterinary intervention and health care to get on top of the issues like the metabolic bone disease, the diet, and then putting them on meds and or supplements that are going to be with them for the rest of their lives. More specifically George and Yame, because Yame bounced back. But consider them lucky. These two lions landed up with their butts in butter. A lot of other animals are not as fortunate, and we sit here now with the predicament in South Africa with the ending of the captive lion breeding industry. We're sitting there with how many lions, George? Over 10,000 lions in captivity that are going to be needing or in need of a home. And here at my sanctuary, as many of you who follow me will know, there's a policy of no more. So once the current inhabitants pass away due to old age or sicknesses or whatever the case may be, do not replace. And so we're sitting with 20 lions now, and the second youngest group is George and Yame. I've got another group of 6 that are less than a year younger. So we got these 9-year-olds and these 8-year-olds, and so I would consider them all more or less midlife. But the mandate is not to replace these lions, it's to see it come to an end. Now, You're sitting with 10,000 lions, guys. 10,000 lions. Just think about that for a second. It's not possible to rehome all 10,000. And here's the dilemma, is that there's a lot of people up in arms going, well, you know, you can't just sentence 10,000 lions to death. Every life matters, and we've heard this so many times before. Every individual life matters. The rescue organizations just do not have the capacity, they do not have the facilities to take on all 10,000. So, you know, what's been put out there, guys, is not really nice to hear or to talk about. There's really two options, or three. The one is obviously quickly put your hands up, lions. Those of you who want to be rescued, and if you meet the criteria, you get to go to these facilities that can take you. But then there's going to be probably 9,900 and something lions still in need of homes, or what to do with them. That's the question. And the two kind of scenarios that have been put on the table are, the one is to allow these operations to basically with regards to canned lion hunting, to let them shoot out the lions that they have for these canned trophy hunts, and all the while putting all the rest of the lions on contraception so that their stock eventually runs out. And the other is euthanasia. So both scenarios are not cool, but I don't know the alternative, and I cannot, for one moment I've thought about it long and hard. There doesn't seem to be an alternative. Each scenario is not really that nice, it's not that palatable, and I think you're going to be met with a lot of resistance whichever way you take it. My bugbear really is that this industry has been allowed to proliferate legally to this point, and now there's this pressure both internationally and locally to bring this industry to an end. And now, you know, government has kind of woken up saying, okay, well, we do need to get this under control, but it is just such a mess that whatever solution you offer, it's going to be a problem. So yeah, not to speak doom and gloom over George and Yami's birthday, this is just one of the realities that we're dealing with or facing going into the coming years. And honestly, I don't have the answer. It's a conundrum. I hope you enjoyed today's video, a birthday walk with the two brothers, George and Yame. What fantastic cats they are. Here comes old Georgie. And Yami's just up ahead. They say cheers, they say thanks for all the birthday wishes. Thanks for watching, thanks for all the support. If it is your first time coming across LionWhispererTV and you do like what you see, remember to hit the subscribe button. Please do like, please do share. And if you want to take it that step further, you can always become a member, whereby we go out and see some amazing places together. I take you on adventures with some really cool people. There's like interesting dynamics, and we've just come back from Mana Pools, and I cannot wait to share that adventure with you members. And you members out there who continue to support and watch the channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. You really do help in supporting my mission and everything I achieve. So big thanks to you, and you do not go unnoticed. And I hope you are enjoying the videos that we put together for you, because it is for you. So do comment on that and let me know if you like what you're seeing on members. Thanks, and until next time, from George and Yami. Bye.